Good day. This is Brother Medina for Tuesday, Seventh-day Adventist, and please let us start with a word of prayer. Gracious loving Father, be with us as we enter into this study. Bless everyone that they may gain a special understanding and may protect themselves. These verses we ask of you, and thank you for hearing us and blessing us. Amen. Well, my dear people, we want to once more again, just for one more time again, give you a rehash of the information that we have gotten regarding the present coronavirus crisis that is going on in this world. And we tell you, many countries in the world have cases of this coronavirus. It has spread far and wide. But we want you to know what this virus is made up of, and we want you to know how you can help yourself in killing this virus. Yes, my dear people. Once more again, we want you to know. We want to give you evidences. Now, I have in my hands here a document on the oddities and unusual characteristics of the 2019 novel coronavirus genomes and their analyses. So this document goes into a microscopic analysis of the genes makeup of the coronavirus. This was done by James Lyons Weller, PhD, and of all his studies, this study is the best. All his research on this virus, this study here is the best that he has done. Not all the studies he has done is good, but we are looking at the best study so far that have been done on the virus. This document have been produced in February of 2020, and I just want to read for you some extracts from this document here and explain anything that needs to be explained. In this document here, we are told, I quote, "These scientists are speculating exclusively about natural recombination events, when the sequence they are analyzing has major genetic differences, partly inconsistent with the most recent commonly ancestry of the 2019 novel coronavirus being HKU9-1, in a world in which laboratory recombination research into viruses to make vaccines is 100% known to be ongoing." In other words, many scientists are telling you it comes from bats. We even heard that it comes from pangolin, an animal like the tattoo or the which we are familiar with in this country. They're giving us the impression that somebody ate bat, or as recent now, somebody ate pangolin meat, the armadillo meat, the tattoo meat, and they got this virus. But you must remember, if even the virus is able to jump the species barrier and infect that person that eat that meat, you must remember it would not be spread or spreadable via air. It wouldn't be airborne. Other people would have to eat the same meat with the same virus to get it. But this is not the case. This is an airborne virus. And since this is an airborne virus, if people got it from eating meat now, then eating meat for centuries before, they would have gotten it and spread it airborne. But there's no such history of any such thing. And you must not allow your rational senses to be thrown away by scientific quote and unquote claims of evidences, or the general idea they give you in the mainstream media and which governments give to you. You must be an individual with wisdom and think for yourself. Sometimes they identify you as having fake news, but they're the ones giving the fake news because they don't want you to know. You ask, why would they not want you to know? Somebody is seeking to cut the population of the earth down to sustainable levels. They say they would do that. They say they hope for viruses to do that. We are talking about top men, very reputable men in this world have been saying this. In this document here, we are being told scientists know they have laboratories that can actually combine various genes from various viruses and also do it in such a way to create a vaccine. They know that. It is 100% known, and that such type of research is ongoing. They know that. So when a scientist speculates as to where this coronavirus comes from, he need not speculate because he can investigate its makeup and tell us. I continue to read. We can say with certainty that 2019 nCoV, or the coronavirus, has at least two ancestors. The ancestry of the entire genome and the ancestry of the SARS spike protein. Now let me explain. So when you look at this 2019 novel coronavirus, you get two ancestors to this virus. The first ancestor is the entire genome of the coronavirus, plus it also has the SARS spike protein. Now what is SARS? Severe acute respiratory syndrome. This is a type of virus also that gives you that. Now what is spike protein? The proteins that make up the virus. But the spike are like little juts sticking out, little points, little fingers sticking out of this wrong ball of a virus. So when you check this wrong ball of a virus, you have spikes sticking out of it. It is those spikes that enable the virus to infect and affect you. Yes, my dear people, understand this. Those points like fingers jutting out of that round virus have certain proteins that match with certain cells in your body and is therefore able to infect that cell, unlock the cell like a key, and deposit the information of the virus into that cell, that the cell will replicate and make thousands of copies of that virus. And that's what those spikes does. Now, if the virus don't have spikes to infect any of your body cells, then you can have the virus in you and it won't affect you. In other words, the virus cannot jump the species barrier. So if this virus is able to infect certain lung cells and the mucus lining of your body, someone must have given this virus spikes. They must have given it spike proteins, given it the capability of infecting your body. Yes, my dear people. But notice this. A coronavirus generally will give a very mild cold, but mixed with protein spikes or spike protein from severe acute respiratory syndrome, it is now going to give you a severe pneumonia. It's going to fill your lungs with mucus, because the mucus that is in your body is being infected. It multiplies in this mucus, and as your body tries to send this mucus out to get rid of this virus, you get choked because your lung cells are not able to pull in oxygen. So you get stifled. As the mucus is coming out of your nose, out of your mouth, you are not able to breathe. And most often you die from respiratory sicknesses. This is what happens. So this virus here is not a natural virus. I continue to read, and we want you to pay careful attention here. I quote, "A report of 4 additional sequences put into the spike protein, which at the amino acid level are short sequences." Notice this. There are 4 additional sequences put into the spike protein, which at the amino acid level are short sequences, but that the nucleotide level are combined improbably. There, by chance, point more towards a bioweapon. Let's just stop and take a look at that. What this is telling us here is that there are 4 additional short sequences at the amino acid level that is put in the spike protein of this virus. So the little fingers like spikes jutting out of this wrong virus, there are 4 additional sequences put into these spikes at the amino acid level of this virus. In other words, somebody put it there. They had to have done it in a laboratory because it is not natural. But it points towards a bioweapon, which means this virus is a bioweapon. It means that the virus itself is able to be used to kill people, to damage people's health, because of how it is engineered. This is what we are being told. But do you know what? Let me tell you this. They have found, let me quote again for you, the E values of the match to the HIV sequences are not significant. So in other words, there are HIV sequences as part of this virus. So in other words, the virus has HIV sequences in 4 areas. It goes on. So, who or what put SARS spike glycoprotein sequencing into the 2019 novel coronavirus remains a mystery. They want to know who may have done it. It remains a mystery. Could you imagine a virus having sequences from HIV in it, from SARS in it, and it is a coronavirus? That's a deadly combination. It is that little thing that you can't see with your eyes, nakedly so, but have to see it only microscopically, is a deadly agent of death with all these combinations as part of it. This is what we are being told here. And we are told all coronaviruses in all laboratories in China and around the world, for that matter, should be sequenced, and in the name of transparency, they should all be published so we can all determine the most likely origin. All focus on the origins of the 2019 coronavirus should include laboratory origin as a leading hypothesis. End of quote. This is what this document tells us. Now, the US government under Trump is not fooled. They know something is fishy about this virus. So what have they decided to do? They've launched an investigation into what really happened to cause this virus to exist. Launch such an investigation. Yes, my dear people. And why we are telling you all of this, new information have emerged about this virus. We are told that there is a 14 days period when a person may be infected without showing symptoms of this virus infecting them. This is what we are told. However, latest research shows us it is not 14 days, but 24 days. Yes, my dear people. Latest scientific research shows that you may have this virus for 24 days and without even knowing you have it, because there may be within that period, there may be no symptoms manifested. So 14 days quarantine is not enough. The government of this country must learn this, and as a great precaution, have people quarantine for 25 days. Yes, my dear people. This as a great security because of what have been found out about this virus. Yes, my dear people. And things are not so rosy in China because the Chinese economy is crashing, because they are not able to work with each other. In fact, so many people are dying in China, and when the World Health Organization gives you information about how much people have contracted the virus in China, and how much people are sick, and how much people have died, you must remember the Chinese are the ones feeding the WHO. And they have admittedly revised how they judge a person having the virus in such a way to cut down the amount of levels. But that is only for public information. But behind the scenes, information coming out shows that more than 100,000 people have already died. Yes, my dear people. So much that more than 43 crematoriums in Wuhan alone have been burning bodies 24/7. People work on shift to burn bodies 24/7 in about 43 crematoriums in Wuhan alone, a province of about 21 to 23 million people. And we are told they burn 1,200 bodies per day. That's what these crematoriums do. Burning is taking place so much that the air over that province is packed with smog or smoke of burning bodies. Yes, my dear people, this is a fact that they are not telling you. So much more people have gotten it. So much that the Chinese government have commissioned other factories that produce clothes to now desist from producing clothes and to produce body bags. And while they have caused those factories to now produce body bags instead, they also are importing body bags from other countries. Why so much? Recent import list is over 1 million body bags. Why so much? Because plenty people are going to die and are dying from this virus. So, you say, Brother Medina, what can we do to help ourselves with regards to this issue? My dear people, we have shown you this, that it is evil men that are responsible for such an agent of death existing. This is the reality. We believe in showing you the truth, but let us assume we are not telling you the truth. You will still find out the truth, because God always makes sure that when there is false information being peddled around, that the truth will also be put forward to compete with them. God always allows that to happen. But we know we are speaking the truth. And we tell you these things to help you, not to create panic, but for you to be aware and to be extremely careful how you proceed as you meet crowds all around you in this current festival that you are facing. Yes, my dear people. And we have also told you that before they had vaccines, they used to use colloidal silver, nano silver, to cure viral sicknesses. And studies have shown that the silver does indeed do such a thing. I have a summary document here from a much larger document, and it tells us that silver, this study investigates the effect of silver on aluminum surfaces, and it shows how it treats severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS coronavirus, how it deals with bacteria, Escherichia coli, and yeast cells. It was noted, quoting, that when both bacteria and yeast cells were exposed to both silver and also copper, investigated over a 48-hour period, it was noted with 5 minutes of exposure to silver, there ceased to be any bacteria or yeast colonies existing with 5 minutes exposure to silver. This is what we're told. It took 20 between 10 to 20 minutes for all the yeast cells to be inactivated by the copper, by nano copper or colloidal copper. But the colloidal silver did the job in 5 minutes. It tells us when the SARS coronavirus was exposed to both silver and copper, it took silver 5 minutes to complete inactivate the virus, whereas it took 20 minutes for the copper to inactivate the virus at room temperature in the air. So silver works much, much more faster and much, much more better. Colloidal silver. This is the reason why you shouldn't get it, because silver has been proven to kill all kind of viruses. When you see people dressed in white and completely covered over because of some virus, and they're spraying them with some kind of liquid and so on, that is colloidal silver that they're spraying them with. They know it kills viruses. So much that they have created technology with table surfaces mixed with aluminum and silver, so that if a virus falls on the surface, it kills it. The silver kills it within 5 minutes or even shorter than that. There exists technology like that, even in Trinidad and Tobago, in hospitals. Yes, my dear people. So they know it works. So what they need to do is to invent an antidote out of silver to clear a person's lungs to save them. This we in our church are working on doing right now, creating a technology to have nebulized silver get into your lungs to kill all this SARS coronaviruses that replicate in the cells of your lungs. I quote from the document, "It is worthwhile to point out that both the silver and the copper surfaces did not show any disinfection of bacteria and yeast in a closed environment without oxygen, which strongly indicates that the inactivation is caused by catalytic oxidation rather than by toxicity of heavy metals." In other words, it is not because of the silver or the copper is toxic that it kills the virus. No. What the silver did was to rob the virus, the coronavirus, of its electron and smash it, blow it up like with a burst in its coat, like with an explosion. That's what it does. That's how it kills the virus. And this speaker, me myself, have seen microscopic films of silver killing viruses. Literally seen it in video footage. So it does work, as we are telling you here. So it clearly shows us that the silver is not toxic to your body to damage your body. There's no side effects upon you. I have taken silver over and over again for many years. It has helped gotten rid of the cold virus and other viruses very quickly. Extremely quick. As soon as you get a sore in your throat and it now starts and you spray the silver there, or you gargle it in the infected area, by the time you swallow the silver, the infection is gone. If you have red eye and you spray it in the red eye, within 1 or 2 minutes, the eye stops scratching you. The red eye virus is gone. It's killed. This has been proven. I have given silver to other people and they have used it, and it has helped them. That has been proven too. So we are telling you, this can help you, and you need to get your colloidal silver to effectively destroy the coronavirus upon contact, because that's how it works. When it must contact the virus. Get your silver in a dark bottle. Don't put it in the sun. Don't put it against your mouth. Pour out some in a little glass and throw it in your mouth or whatever you do. Or if you have, spray your mouth and close it back. But this is a special medicine for you, non-toxic, and will help you. So, my dear people, if anyone wants this program, call us at 625-0446. 625-0446. We'll give you this program plus others that went before. And may God bless you with good health until we meet again, in Jesus' holy name.